as town art curator and as, God, Barbara, what else do you do? The newcomers, do you do the newcomers party?
No,
Non-engineering party? No, okay,
no,
one of them.
we do the ice cream social.
You did
I
the
did
ice cream
that, yeah,
social.
with Lucy and Phyllis. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So Phyllis Wiesenfelder was invited, but she has a grandchild who is participating as in a mini swim meet today, which is also Deborah Wiesenfelder's conflict. So we're missing both of those. So I'm here. John's interviewing the mayor. Hi is here. Joanne's here. Eileen's here. So Shing is not. I'm worried that I've got the wrong email addresses for people. I know I have Deborah's art, although she's not here. Jill is here, and Barbara Condos is here. Okay. Well, we're going to start slow, and I think a couple of people might join us. Um, I'm wondering if I have Soching's text phone number. Um,
You want me to call her?
yeah, could you please?
In the new
Yeah, what-
directory.
What?
I can get you the number. What's
Okay,
her
I'm
last
ready.
name?
I'm ready.
What's her last name?
Tsai, Tsai.
Okay. Just a second.
Yes.
I can't see the Zoom thing at the moment, so I don't know if anybody's coming in or not.
Here, Barbara, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
301
Yeah,
657
yeah.
7614.
Okay, I'll give her a call. Let me grab my landline.
All right, thank you. Okay, so welcome to the new community engagement meeting. One of the things that's different from previously is that all the committee meetings are, we're meeting by Zoom. Our meetings are all being recorded. So if you ever have this urge to say something like, don't put this in the minutes, it's too late. Because the whole thing will be recorded, just a heads up. Uh, the committee members,
You are invited to the,
bye here, Barbara. Okay, so committee members are me, John Barry, who is currently interviewing the mayor for a town journal article. Haya, who's here, Joanne is here, Eileen is here, so Shing we're chasing down. Deborah Wiesenfelder, who can't make it, Jill Caparel, who is here, and Barbara Condos is here. Okay, are you, Joanne Stellar, I assume will be taking minutes. Are you okay so far, Joanne?
Yep, got it.
Okay.
Phyllis is here.
Okay,
Phyllis?
Phyllis is here?
Yep,
Phyllis, I thought you couldn't make it.
she connected. There she
Welcome.
is.
There she is. Welcome,
She's
Phyllis.
mute.
For the record,
right.
I just need Joan's last name, please.
Ebsary.
My name is Ebsary.
Oh.
That's E as in Edward, B as in boy, Z as in zebra, ERY. And I did not get your name. I have to apologize.
That's okay. I'm Joanne Stellar.
Oh, Joanne, hi. Well, we know
Hi.
each other.
Yeah.
But I meant who is chairing this meeting?
Leslie Kaplan.
Oh, Leslie, you've been the saint that has done the all of the newsletters. Bless you. All right.
Yep. Okay, so Joan is here as an interested town resident. Okay.
Okay.
Everybody else has some official capacity or other that they're representing.
And Leslie, Sue Ching is trying to join. She's having trouble joining, but she's doing her best.
Okay. All right, so I sent around an agenda, and the first part of the agenda is actually finishing up some old business, but I need to know whether we can approve the agenda as written.
So moved.
I move. I second.
Okay, well,
Okay.
the June 8th agenda has a couple of typos in it if you want to correct those. The other one was fine. We had two agendas to go over, right?
We had 2 minutes to go over.
2 minutes, rather.
Okay, hang on. We're not on minutes yet.
Oh,
We're
sorry.
We're approving the agenda it's going to be like this, I think. We're going to approve the agenda for this meeting. I have a
So move,
a
Barbara.
motion and a second. So, any discussion? Okay, all in favor of this agenda, say aye.
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 All opposed? Okay, the agenda is approved. Now we have minutes from the last two meetings of the Communications Committee. So one of which is the May minutes that Joanne updated. So, Eileen, you had a thing about that?
No,
About that?
I had it about the June meeting.
Okay, so let's start with the May. Any concern about the May minutes?
So I told you about, and I think it was June.
Yeah, hi, you were talking about the June one, I think.
Yeah, okay.
Hi, do we have So Ching?
Oh, okay, all right, I got it.
There you are. Okay. Okay, if you're not, could people put themselves on mute?
Half of the time if you put things on work.
Put yourselves on mute, please.
Who is that?
I can't tell. I'm thinking it might be Phil's with a kid, but I'm not sure.
Okay, I just muted.
Everybody.
Yeah, I might have. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So Ching, we have approved the agenda and we're moving on for those people who are on the Communications Committee. Until now, we
Okay.
are reviewing our minutes from our last two meetings. We just approved the minutes from the May meeting, and now we're going to look at the minutes from the June meeting. Haya, you had a concern about that one?
Yeah, unmute myself. There was just about my temple. I don't know what comment I made. They said, I don't have the minutes in front of me. It said something about how there was something about a community relations committee at my temple, and I'm not sure that that's correct, but I don't know what I would have said. So I was just thought I had something about that, but in some other reference, I just don't know what it was that I had said.
Joanne?
Yeah,
it-
it was,
remember?
you made reference to your synagogue having a similar type of events and or community engagement committee.
Oh, maybe. I mean,
Would you
okay.
like that taken out?
Well, it doesn't seem that important, so I would just take it out.
Okay.
Yeah, because I'm not sure what I was referring to really. Maybe it was like newcomers. Yeah, I don't know. So let's take it
Okay.
out. Yeah.
Will do.
If we can't tell, let's take it out.
Yeah, let's just take it out. I don't think it adds. anything.
Okay. Any other concerns about the June minutes?
Yeah, there are a couple of typos. If you want me to go over the typos, or
May I respectfully request that
I can
we
send them.
correct it? Yeah, if Eileen can send them.
Sure, I'll be happy to.
Are they substantive, Eileen?
No.
Okay, may I suggest then that we approve the June 8th minutes with the striking of reference to Haya's synagogue, since we weren't sure about that, and with forthcoming typographical corrections to that Eileen will send me, and I'll file with you, Leslie, the final minutes.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
So-
That's a
so-
motion. Is there a second?
I second.
Okay, all in favor, particularly people from the Communications Committee.
Aye.
All in favor, say aye.
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 All opposed? Okay, I think we have minutes for the last two meetings of the Communications Committee. Okay, so this committee, the Communications Committee meets regularly on the second Monday of the month. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, at 4:00. So is that an okay time for those of you who are here?
Yes.
Yeah.
I have a meeting that ends at 4 every Monday. It's in Virginia, so it's not ideal for me. But I don't. If I'm the only person, I can do this and join in the car. I don't know.
I hate to be like but it's not a great time for me.
Okay, so that's why we're having the conversation.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, I like the summer is okay, but I pick up my daughter from school at 4:20
mm,
in the starting in September.
okay, so somebody tell me whether 5:00 would be a better time? another day? I'm trying to figure
Works
this
for
out.
me. 5 is okay for me. I don't know.
Shannon, do you have children bouncing off the walls at 5 o'clock?
Generally, but I have the 5:30 work session every
Okay.
other Monday or once a Monday a week. But I mean, I don't know if I need to be on every call. It's up to you guys, I got, you know.
Well, we're working out what relationships of various people are going to be. Phyllis, can you mute
Oh, you want me to mute? Okay.
for
So I
now?
think Mondays might be hard for me.
Okay. I will send out a doodle poll or something, asking people when the best time would be for them and see if I can identify times, because that's now two of you who have trouble with this time. I'll see if we can work out an alternative time. Okay?
Sorry.
No, two people who can't make it or two people who can't make it. So, all right. Yeah, okay, Justin's reminding us. I'm always very slow at seeing chat in a meeting. All righty. So, next, announcements. First thing is that there is a requirement, I guess, that the chair of a committee complete training in the Open Meetings Act, and someone else from the committee should also do that. I've done it already. Justin has my certificate. Do I hear any volunteers to do this?
Is anyone already part of that?
That's a good question. Is anybody?
I've
has
done
it-
it a long time ago, but this is Barbara Condos. I'd be happy to do that.
Okay, thank you very much. That's very helpful. There is no need to pull teeth. Excellent. All right. The last part has to do with follow through on things we're talking about last time. We had talked about asking Sarah Morse to change the disclaimer in the Somerset listserv, somerset.listserv. We had made some suggestion for wording. It was a little tricky for her to do actually, but she did it and she finished it today. So that disclaimer has been reworded as we requested, which is very nice. Neighbor to neighbor. Then, oh, geez. As part of that whole conversation about whether people should be sharing information on the listserv that maybe should go elsewhere, the disclaimer says that town-related things should be sent to town staff. There was also concern that people were letting the community and possibly outside the community know when they were going to be away from their homes and out of town, and that was not the best use of the listserv. So you folks suggested I talk to Kumar Vaswani, who is chair of what is now the Public Services Committee, and he has an article in the upcoming journal about part of the crime report, and he has inserted a bullet basically that reminds people don't advertise to the world when you're not at home. So those two things have been done. The other thing you folks should know is the September Town Journal, which is created the end of August, is going to be done by Justin this time. I will be out of the country and not able to do it. So this is what we did last August. It's what we're doing this August. Justin should just start to hate August. Justin's going to be in charge of the September Town Journal. So all submissions that will be due on August 15th will be sent to him, and he will get it out. All right. Anything else under announcements from anybody? Okay, so the committee also has been working on the development of a town logo, or had been working on the development of a town logo. And I would just like to hear from Justin. We made recommendations. We wrote a report, we made recommendations to the town, and we just want to know where that stands, Justin.
Yeah, so actually tomorrow, gonna have a meeting with the mayor, EJ, Linda, and Joanne. to basically discuss the logo. Going to talk about the report, the logo, and Joanne. I mean, I don't know if Joanne wants to speak more to that, but I think the plan was to kind of brief what we're calling the executive committee on the background of the logo, and then from there we'll decide. Our graphic designer made 6 designs. We'll pick the top 2 to like refine a little bit more. And I guess also an update there. I know one of the questions when the communications committee was looking at the logos, there's a question of why it said established in 1906. And I confirmed that was because we had kind of told her to maybe include that. So that's
Okay.
why it was there. It wasn't necessarily her decision. So that's some context with that.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
Joanne, does Joanne have anything to add?
No, just that Justin's very diligently gotten this meeting set up for tomorrow, and the purpose of that meeting is really just to brief the mayor and town staff on the process, which included the survey, which became the basis for our recommendations to them. It's not for us to assert a point of view, but to just share what our discovery process was and our recommendations based on what we heard back from the community. So I'll be attending that tomorrow at Town Hall.
Thank you very much. Okay. Any questions for Justin or Joanne? All right, now, new business for the Community Engagement Committee.
Can I just ask one question?
Sure.
So we have the logo. What is the house with the 2 trees?
That's not anything official.
Okay.
Yeah.
And also go ahead, Joanne.
Okay. So for those of you who are new to this, what we're currently using is a number of different things that people just worked out kind of unofficially. And none of them were working in the current media processes that we're using. So the purpose of this was to finally have an actual signature for the town, a logo that both graphically and in words says Town of Somerset, Maryland.
Yeah. And it can be used in social media. It can be
Everywhere.
used in stationery. It can be used everywhere. If you take, for example, if you take that thing with the house and the 2 trees and you make a teeny tiny circle of it and use it in social media, it has issues. So we're trying to come up with something that can be used in any setting.
It would be like, I mean, I don't mean to interrupt, but it would be interesting to see if like the youth council could, or, you know, like we could have some kids like try to do, design a logo and we could have like people vote on it or, you know, do something like that.
Well, what we did, since you're new, what we did is we asked Emily Yan, who is the contractor, graphic designer for the town, to come up with 6 proposed logo designs. We did a survey of a kind of a sample of town residents who are represented a broad spectrum of the community. And we asked them what the town of Somerset meant to them. And Joanne did basically a qualitative analysis of their answers. Joanne, tell me if I say anything stupid.
Do you want me to just continue?
What?
I've done this speech so many times.
You finish it.
Yeah. So we brought into this some professional background that I have in developing logos, and conducted a survey to a cross-section of residents. We chose a number of households, a total of, what was the number, Justin? 100 and...
Yeah, maybe like 100.
126 or 106, something like that.
Something like that. Yeah, I'd have to double check.
Some number of people from every street in the town, and got a cross-section of response that showed us, that represented the age and length of time lived here over the course of, among the respondents. 40-some people responded, which in a qualitative analysis like this is, I mean, a 40% response rate is pretty good. And so to answer your question, there there are a lot of ways to go about it. But the most objective way to do it is to have a professional designer do it. And that's kind of where we started. It started with the town staff requesting a new logo. And then that came before the committee and we kind of backed it up to make this process. We can talk more offline about it if you wish, but this is, we started this process over a year ago.
Yeah, I don't mean just ignore me.
So Shannon, what
At the
I'm
risk of-
doing, Shannon, I'm sending you the report.
Yeah,
Okay.
that'll help.
I'm going back on mute.
Okay, thank you. All right. So that's that. Sending report to Shannon, which I should have done already, I think. All right, now. So I think we should talk about, by the way, anything the Communications Committee did before does fall under the description of what this committee is responsible for. But I think we need to look at what this committee is supposed to be doing. We have a cast of thousands pretty much because there's a lot of responsibility here. I sent you all, I think I sent everybody the copy of the objectives, the committee objectives that town council approved. But Justin, can you let me share my screen?
Yeah. Let's see. I'll just make you the host.
No, that's a scary thing. Okay.
Hmm.
Ready? Let's see if
Yeah.
this works. Okay, now, here we go. All right, that should be it. So it starts with the new committee's objectives would be to create a strong sense of community and neighborliness among the town's residents by doing the following. Welcoming new residents to the town and acquainting such residents with town operations, resources, and services. The committee would identify and reach out to new residents shortly after they arrive in town to welcome them, apprise them of town services, and encourage them to participate in town activities. So one of the things that has happened, and this committee has been created, and you can see it down at the bottom, is that the newcomers committee has been retired. So a lot of this was stuff that, Phyllis, tell me if I say something that's not right. Stuff that committee did. Phyllis is still the event coordinator for the newcomers party. I think I've got that right. Let me find my footnote. The event chair for the newcomers party. So when that happens, we will try to support Phyllis and help you out with whatever you need done. So that's one bullet of what we have going. Second bullet is to develop a community engagement strategy and support its implementation through events that can serve as activities for the community, such as socials, town talks, movie nights, games nights, food drives, and community-based volunteer activities in coordination with the Somerset Youth Town Council and other committees. And I think for future meetings, God, I don't know if I should be inviting the whole Youth Town Council or not, Justin. Should I? Or do you want to share with them?
I can share with them.
Yeah, it's going to get very unwieldy if we start making this
Yeah,
much bigger.
yeah.
Okay, in coordination with the Youth Town Council and other committees, which we will communicate with. In my mind, a lot of this is stuff that was done by the Equity and Inclusion Committee. And the Equity and Inclusion Committee has also been retired. So we've picked up some of the activities from that group. The third bullet is to review and make recommendations relating to the communication channels between the town government and its residents, as well as improvements to the town's resource guide and directory, website, social media, and apps, which is something we'll need to talk about, Justin. So that's our last bullet, and that is basically what was the Communications Committee, which has been retired. It also says that the chair or another member of the committee would be the editor of the town journal, and that's left over from Communications Committee processes. And then if you scroll down here somewhere, the committee will also coordinate with the town art curator, who is Barbara. So, Barbara, you're here, right? Zughauser. And then we will work with the event chairs for the newcomers party and the non-engineerians and juniors ice cream social. And I said I would chair this. Okay, so it's a huge remit. And it's one of the reasons we have so many committee members, because we're going to have to be doing a lot of stuff. Get back to something here. So I kind of thought, it felt we are responsible for creating a strategy for the committee and a work plan for the next year that will be due the end of September, which is going to be a tight time frame for us because we're not meeting in August. So it's today and the early September meeting we can use, but it needs to be turned in by the end of September. And we may decide we would work best in work groups, representing possibly those three pieces that were the previous committees, but maybe not. And I thought it might be helpful. This may or may not be true. It might be helpful to take a look at community engagement activities that already exist in town.
Here.
And see if we can, so we're not creating something from whole cloth in the next 2 months. So let's see if this will still, do I have to share again? Did your screens just change?
Not yet.
Okay. All right, I will stop sharing on the other one and start sharing on this. If I can find it, here it is. Okay, so what I did, and this is just for us to use as a jumping off point for conversation. We are supposed to be coming up with a plan for this fiscal year, which goes through June. We're going to have about a quarter of it's going to be gone by the time we start. Our work plan is due the end of September. And we're going to have to talk about our planned projects and our strategy for the committee. And I'm adding something that was suggested at the last communications committee, which we think about a community events calendar as one of our projects. When the current town website was being developed, members of the communications committee met with chairs of all the other committees. And by chance, I met with the Equity and Inclusion Committee. And I know that an events calendar was one of the things they were hoping could be developed and shared on the website. So I think this is promising. You're welcome to tell me it's inappropriate, it doesn't make sense, but I thought it might be worth an opening conversation. And past that, I wrote down everything I could think of that happens in this town in a particular month, and I know I left stuff out. So September is a big time, newcomers party, the ice cream social, the dog swim. There'll probably be some art exhibit going on, Barbara.
Yes.
There will be a monthly town journal. Okay, October brings us the Halloween party, which is Deborah Wiesenfelder's project.
Leslie, I also do usually either September or October the flu shot clinic.
I put it in the wrong month. It's here. I put it in November. Is that October?
Yeah, I try to do it earlier because I get some people that like to do it earlier. So yeah, I try not to do it that late.
Okay, hold on. I'm having trouble.
Let's shoot for October, probably.
You want to do October?
Yeah.
Okay. My ability to do these things while people are watching me is non-existent. There.
Okay.
Okay. All right. And there's Deborah's Halloween party. November, I think, brings food and clothing drives. Oh, by the way, the reason Linda is here is Linda's going to help us implement all this stuff that we kind of put together somehow. So thank you very much.
Well, I guess I'm also here because I'm trying to, and I guess you and I can sit down, or we can all just sit down, because I started what's called Somerset Socials, and I
Yep.
know Rohit wants me to create a calendar for those as
Well,
well.
I think we
So
got to make a big calendar, lose our mind.
yeah,
Do you have
yeah,
any? Okay, let me do this, then I'm going to do that.
right.
So how often, I've got a sketch of town talks in here, and town talks are done by town residents, but Somerset Socials can be done by anybody of interest, right?
Correct.
So when would you think you would be doing those, or how often?
Well, I'm hoping that as soon as the swim team stuff that I'm finished with that, I've been kind of bogged down with that this summer, that I can start. I've already got ideas in my head, so it's a matter of me just kind of like getting things started. So I was hoping really probably for September, once you know, school's back in session, and so I was hoping for September to start putting a calendar together.
Okay, there's an activity. Okay, so I'll put you down for September to put your calendar together.
Yes.
Okay, and that's Linda's. All right. So we've moved the flu shots to October.
And Leslie, if I can add, like,
Please do.
for the art shows, we typically have 4 a year,
Okay.
and it'll be openings probably in January, April, July, and October. If you'd like to, and now that is squishy because it depends on the artists, but that's generally speaking, we keep a show up for 3 months.
Okay, so this is all in the wrong order, but art exhibit starts here. One in October, right-ish, right? Well, and
Except for this year is different. This year was
okay.
This year we'll have a show that's going up the very 1st of September, and it'll be up through the end of December. That's why I say it's a little squishy, but
Yeah, it's okay.
generally speaking, that'll be the calendar.
Okay, art exhibit. September to December?
Yeah.
Is that what you said?
Yes.
Okay, so then what's the next one?
Will be January.
To
April. A new one will go up in April. I don't know how you want to do that.
what else is close enough? And then April, presumably.
And then July.
April to July?
Yeah, the 1st of July, and then October.
Wait a minute, I'm confused.
Oh, sure.
All right, so art exhibits January to April.
Yeah,
Then
you
is
have
there
it
one?
twice in February, I think.
No, I'm not surprised.
It's very difficult doing this though.
Yeah,
Yeah, and I put art exhibits in every month, which we will have to figure out a better way of doing that. Minutes.
yeah.
Okay, so January to April, because it actually should be in these months, but anyway.
And-
Then April to July.
Yes.
What is happening here? And then July, we don't have July, it's next fiscal year.
Okay.
All right, so
Great. Thank you.
that'll be in there. Thank you.
Thank you.
Do you have one in October, this coming October, Barbara?
No, the show is going up like the last day of August, and that will stay through the end of December.
In 2026? What year are we in?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Art exhibit.
So there's one there's one that will open in August and stay up until December.
Correct. And then I don't know when you want me to participate, Leslie, because I do have a question for you all. Do you want me to
Go ahead.
wait? Okay. But the next show that's going up is going to be very different than any of our other shows. The exhibit will be by someone that has exhibited at the National Gallery, at the Smithsonian. at the Library of Congress and the Wilson Building. Bethesda.org has offered, and this is something that you all should talk about. I'm just giving the information, not to make this a topic for now. Bethesda.org has offered to put it on their calendar. That's the people in the red trucks. You probably see them around. And that's a question for you, whether you want that to happen or not. If you could just let me know.
Okay, so that has to be, can we put that on the agenda for September, the September meeting, Barbara? And could you send me the materials you think people would need to have that discussion?
Yes, I can.
Is this going up in August? Did you say, Barbara?
Yes, yes.
So we need to move on this, and I wonder if it could be handled administratively.
Or it could, it doesn't have to go, we could put it on their October calendar. It doesn't, I don't want to press you all so I don't want to rush you all through this, especially since Leslie's going to be away.
Right.
So I could get the information to you all, then you all can decide, and it could be on their October calendar. Okay.
We can publicize it. We can publicize it internally and then make that decision later. Barbara, is that what you're saying?
Yes, okay.
Okay, so wait a minute. This is actually a committee decision.
Oh, it is. Okay.
It is a committee decision and it has to be done. Welcome to the Open Meetings Act. It cannot be done by email or by
Okay.
two people meeting at the pool or whatever. So I would like someone to make an appropriate motion for what we
I
should
move.
do now and what we should do in September.
Do you have it, Eileen, or do you want me to do it?
I don't think
I can't see anybody, so I'll move. I'll move that we include the August through December art show on our calendar, and that we take up the discussion about whether or not to put it on the Bethesda.org calendar at our September meeting.
I'll second that.
Okay, thank you. Are people clear on what's being proposed?
Yeah, I think I misheard something about putting it on a red truck. Did I hear it wrong, or was it just a calendar and I just totally misheard this? Or
You might know, am I on mute?
No.
Okay. You might not know Bethesda.org. You might not have too much exposure to it, but you do see them. They have the red trucks that go through town, that go through Bethesda. That was it's not.
oh, you mean the circulated buses? Is that what you mean?
No, no, different buses, but it's not important.
It's
Okay.
it's a website calendar.
Okay, that's fine.
Would
So
offer
check
our
your-
art show some additional publicity.
That's fine.
That's what it is.
Okay.
Who's the artist?
The artist is Val Luton. Can you see that? Can you see that or not?
Very
Can you see
I have
that?
no idea what I'm supposed to be seeing.
Oh, it's a book all about him.
Okay.
Okay. Spell VAL.
VAL is his first name,
Mhm.
and the last name is Lewton.
Lewton.
Yeah. For those of you that might have come to the show by Claudia Minicosi, Val was her husband, and she really enjoyed showing at the town hall. He's now deceased, but she's very excited to put up his work now in the town hall.
Okay, did we have a vote? We did not have a vote. We had a motion and a second. Correct? I'm going to need a parliamentarian soon. So all in favor of approving this publicity process to start in August, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, first step is good, Barbara. Then in September, we will talk about the rest. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Perfect.
All right. So you're good to go for the first part.
Perfect.
All right. So let me step back because I knew this was going to be like this. Um, I'm worried about this slash, because I think there was something there, but maybe not. Okay, so I've got the Halloween party and flu shots for October. And I was asking Linda, food and clothing drive starts in November. Are we doing that this coming year? Linda,
Yes, we'll start that early November. That'll run through December to the end of December.
through end of December.
Hmm.
Okay, I just have art exhibit in here because I figured there was always an art exhibit. I just didn't know which one started and
Right.
ended where. The committee is also responsible for updating the resource guide, which is in the handbook. That was an old responsibility of the communications committee. That process begins in November when we ask people in the town for suggested revisions, either to the resource guide or to the directory. And that process goes to
It goes way
through
longer than it
March.
should, I think. That's
Yeah, and I will
I would
share.
love to see us get those out because I think this year we were really late getting it out.
Yeah.
Um, it would be nice if we maybe even started those October, maybe by January, February, that it's ready to go.
Yeah, so we're working with a timetable that EJ gave us originally, and we have tweaked it a little bit.
Hmm.
But then our goal was to be done by the end of March, which we were.
Okay.
That's
Hmm.
all I'm going to say. We were done by the end of March. So
Okay.
after that, I don't know. So
Is
that
there
can
any
be
formal way? I'm sorry.
what?
Is there any formal way to make sure that the changes go through? Because I had brought my changes up to the town hall a long time ago, but it didn't make it into the journal. And
Well, I'm not sure the stuff doesn't make it. I don't know what's going on. It's that journal.
Are you talking
I've
about the
been
journal?
hopefully asking for years if
not
there's any way to be able to
the
kind of go in
directory. I'm
at the
sorry,
directory,
the
You're
directory.
the directory, that in real time that stuff be updated, as opposed to the way it's being done. Because I think sometimes too, when by the time it gets to Emily, formatting might change. It all gets a little wompy for whatever reason.
Okay, so the communications committee, and I'm assuming this will be true here as well, is responsible for the resource guide, and the town is responsible for the directory.
Right.
Um,
So
so if
it's
there are town processes that need to be visited for the directory, which I think is what most
Direct.
people
Yes.
are talking about,
right.
then that needs to be addressed with town staff. My impression is that this has gotten a lot better in the last few years.
Oh, I
Um,
thought it's gotten worse.
okay, so we'll
And that's
see.
on us. I mean, that's on the staff, so that's on
Yeah,
us.
that's on you. Okay, and I don't think between there and March, I don't think I have not included anything other than ongoing art exhibits and the town journal coming out every month. And the town talks, I put in one for winter, one for spring, and I think one for fall, which was the original intended time frame for the town talks.
Well, it's my plan to have something as far as a Somerset social like every month. And I don't know if the ladies are going to continue on with their mahjong stuff monthly
I
or
was going to
not.
ask you that.
I'll have to talk to them. I think they have another one, I guess this month. I'm not sure about August. But I'll have to speak to them about that if they're going to keep that. And then, as I said, I'm beginning to work and talk to some people about some other events that I'm hoping, like I said, to do monthly,
Okay.
like bingo night or some sort of game night, several game nights during the month, stuff like that. So
Do we still have
along with
Environment Day or?
A what?
Environment Day, has that been disbanded or?
Like around Earth Day in
Earth
April?
Day, yeah.
Yeah, that's a Deborah thing too. In April, we'll do Earth Day.
Okay.
This is Joan Ebsary speaking, and I don't know committee rules, so please just tell me if
Who
I'm
knows?
out of line here. But I came into the meeting just to mention that I thought, these, the Mahjong nights were great. And if we could open them up to Chinese Mahjong as well, because there was really quite an effort in town to do that. And I will leave it at that, and I will take it up. You can just tell me who to take it up with. But I didn't quite understand the meeting, but
Yeah, I don't understand the meeting either, if that's any consolation.
you guys sound like you're
so-
doing great and have got a lot of work, and I'll pop off.
So my question for Linda, is there a point person for Mahjong in general?
Yeah, there are two people, and that's Shelley Guiley and Masha. I don't know Masha's last name. They're right next door to each other, but Shelley Guiley.
She's out of town right now, but you're right. There's
And
one
Masha.
scheduled. There's one scheduled for July 22nd, and that seems to be the last one.
And
Okay.
those
As
are
of now.
both American Mahjong. I don't play Mahjong at all. I just remember the Mahjong.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
that's the
different.
American.
They're
And I,
different
yeah,
ones, yeah.
and I think Paige was interested
Yeah,
in
Paige is very interested in the Chinese, and she's
Chinese one.
really, bent over backwards, and we have a group, and it's very different than American.
Well, the thing is, I mean, all of these things are possibly possible. I don't know if Shelley teaches that, and they don't really teach.
No,
They
this is just to
So-
provide a place. That's my understanding.
Yeah. So, if you know someone that I could talk to about Chinese
Yeah.
Mahjong, that would be great.
Well, I'll be in touch with you
Paige,
then. I don't
yeah.
want to take up
Okay.
you guys' time. You've got a
Okay.
big,
Okay, you have brought up the topic, and you're going to coordinate with Linda and see if you can find someone who can
to broaden
lead
it.
that, be the point
Thank
of
you
contact for
so
that.
much.
Okay. It's going to be a fun one.
And
All right.
Leslie, I don't know if you want if this to go on this calendar. I know we do it, in-house as a staff, as far as like Goodwill coming monthly,
Absolutely.
and our bulk trash and all
Yep.
of that sort of stuff. So,
Yep.
I
Yeah.
don't know my dates offhand. I know I've got Goodwill. They'll come. They won't come, I think they'll stop coming. They'll probably stop coming November, December, and we'll start back up either January or February. But
So how often are they coming now?
they're coming once a month now.
See, I have
Goodwill.
no idea.
Yeah.
All right. So
And I would say, if I may, please, Leslie, I would
Yep.
say that any event that touches all the community should be on this sort of master calendar.
Mayor's Brown Bag Lunch.
yeah, good
Yeah.
point.
What about the Halloween house decorating? I don't know. Noticed that was not
Oh.
there.
Yeah, do we have July 4th? We had preparation for July 4th, but I didn't see July on the calendar.
I had it. July. Ooh, I'm sorry if I'm making you seasick.
Well, you probably don't have up to July, do you? Because you didn't. Yeah, you don't have up to July. Coming up July 4th.
Coming up, I have in June.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of weird because it's not a full year.
And I keep hearing we won't do anything as big as we did this past year, but something still to celebrate the town's birthday.
Founder's
And
Day.
So that would be April, Founder's Day, something. I'm not sure yet.
Okay, I'm just going to put this over here because I can't keep adding lines.
Point of reference, Leslie.
I'm-
This is, I guess, a question under the meeting rules. If we can get categories on this
Yes.
list, I would be happy to take it and talk with all the respective people to put together for our next meeting as thorough a calendar as we can possibly get.
Okay. I want to ask first because the committee has not agreed to make a calendar,
Okay.
town events calendar. So before we get in here to a point where we can't go back, can somebody make a motion? I can't. Can someone make a
Sure.
motion that we do this?
I make a motion that we consider setting up a town events calendar.
I second it.
Discussion. I would like to add that it should be available on the town website.
Absolutely.
It's a great idea. That's my discussion.
That's your discussion. All
Yes.
right. All,
It's
all
an
in
idea whose
favor?
time it-
Aye.
Aye.
All
Aye.
opposed? Okay, so we're doing a town events calendar. I just want to say, I'm scrolling back up to what we're supposed to be doing today. If I can get there.
Yeah, and I mean, this will have to be integrated with the committee calendars, which are already up there.
Yep.
Can I ask you about town talks? Do we, I'm happy to work on that with people and happy to work with Linda's things or whatever. How do we decide those?
So town talks, John Barry has been the point person on that, and I think he's tangled up with something else right now, or he would be here. But we decide sort of jointly. People make suggestions. There is a spreadsheet of possible people that we tweak all the time. So when it gets to the point where we're talking about town talks, and this might be one of the things work groups do, because this is going to get to be really unwieldy with this number of people. If there's a town talks work group, then they could make suggestions to the committee as a whole. All right. So what we are supposed to be doing today, and we've gotten kind of a little bit ahead of ourselves, I think, we are supposed to be thinking about our work plan to submit to the mayor. What is our work plan for this committee to be? And what is our strategy for improving engagement? I think that got lost in here. That's what's missing. So we've got a plan for something we want to do. And how do we want to do that? Joanne has offered to make categories of events. We have to make sure we're including all the events.
I think that
I'm listening.
I think I can't imagine having a strategy until we know everything that we're doing, or we can
Yes.
at least document what we know we're doing. I think part of our work plan should be is to develop a working calendar that can be updated. I think that's an important thing, and backing that up means that we've got to get not just the vehicle for that together, and how we'll collect this information, but we also have to do some research to make sure we get as many details as can be added based on the notes that you've taken here, Leslie.
Okay.
Right. Then we have to work on a publicity strategy as well.
Right.
And work with Justin updating the website and possibly having signs before certain events.
Yeah.
I don't know how effective the signs have been for the events.
Okay.
But just going back to the calendar, I think Eileen and I are on the same page here, that you got to start with what we're doing.
Yeah, well, that's what I was thinking when I put this together. Yeah.
Yeah. And
So, but in the meantime, we can't lose the stuff so this is, I think of this as a sort of an equity and inclusion activity, letting let everybody in town know what's going on so they can participate. Am I down to 5 people here, or can I just not see
Says
everybody?
13.
Oh, that's good.
I mean,
And there is stuff I put the town talks in, which were communications, and I've put the resource guide in, and I've put the town journal in, which I think are the sort
Right.
of key communication things. The other thing that's going to come up is Justin, I know, has been working on an app
Mhm.
to for residents to use to sort of communicate some kinds of things with the town and vice versa. So I think typically the communications committee has provided feedback on things that are in development. And Justin, I think somehow or other your app should be run by the committee. Not organized by it, but we should review it and take a look at it. And if there are any reasonable suggestions we come up with.
Okay.
And because we reviewed the website when the website was being developed and things like that. So I think the app does fall, and it's explicit. It's explicit in the guidance for the committee. I'm just
Okay.
going to stick this in here. And it's where do you stand with, we're going to be more organized in the future. It's just that this is a big thing we need to organize. Where do you stand on the app?
Well, so the app's actually been like out there. It's been introduced. I guess the big thing with the app is a lot of the things that people can click on within the app just take them to the website.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like a very bare bones, simple app where basically anything that someone's clicking on the app will just take them to a link on the website. And then it also allows for notifications to be sent to people if they sign up through the app so they can get notifications on their phone or via email. And then the main thing with the app is it has a request system. So like almost like a ticketing system where people can take photos or just put something in and say like, oh, this car is parked here legally or this sidewalk needs work. They send it to us and we'll have a list of it at town hall just to track things better. So that's kind of everything with the app.
Yeah, I was surprised. I used it once to report the fact that the floor in the locker room at the pool was extremely slippery during the water aerobics classes. And I just got an email and then you responded to it and called them. Of course, they didn't do anything about it, but I was surprised it was an email and wasn't just, different form.
Yeah, also didn't fall into a black hole, which is nice. That's the point,
Yeah,
I
that
think.
was good that you called, but I wish they'd done something.
Yeah, I'll check in with them because I think we ordered them a new mop. So I have to see if it
I guess
came.
that's what it takes. All they
And
have
then we'll
to
have to
figure
see
out.
if I have to see if it was delivered and I'll see if they're using it.
Okay, so here's what I'm suggesting for the September meeting. We're going to have to be explicit about our work plan. Joanne will have developed a more organized way of presenting and talking about the kinds of activities that this committee is going to promote. I would like at that September meeting, if you could present the app to us.
Okay.
So that, because it's out there already.
Yeah.
And we should probably take a look and at least understand what it is.
Okay.
Okay. Oh boy. All right. So I guess I think until we have Joanne's categorization system, is there anything missing from here that she should be including is my question. Swim team things are not on here, for example.
Right.
But did we want the bulk pickup? I mean, that's not exactly.
Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's useful.
Yeah.
I've started a scratch list here of things to inquire about. And once I get a something put together, would it be okay for me to meet with Linda perhaps and help fill in? I can do it through phone calls and contacts to just make it as thorough as I possibly can make it.
I think so. So, Phyllis, are you still here? I might have lost Phyllis. Have we lost her?
I
Um,
don't,
I don't think she's here. Yeah.
no, she's not, she's
She
not on the
was.
list. She was, but she's
She
not there
was.
now.
Well, she's trying to, I think she's multitasking.
can I say
Um,
something about the swim team? I'm sorry, I
yeah.
was back on
Go ahead.
that. You should at least include when the meets are, because that's when the pool is closed.
Right.
Yeah, but not every, little
Every
thing.
activity.
Yeah.
What do we want to publicize when the food trucks are here?
I would think so.
Probably, yeah. And
Okay. So I would like to ask Phyllis if there's anything we can do to help with the newcomers party. It's in September and we will meet in early September. And let me run that by her. I think she finally figured we were never getting anywhere near anything she cared about, so she got off. And we will work on being more organized in the future. I actually think if you guys want to think about what work group you'd like to be in, if you can think what a work group might be or what projects you'd like to be involved with, I think that might help break this down a little bit into something more workable.
Do we send that to you or just chat it at the next meeting?
I think send it to me.
Okay. I have a question before we discontinue this. At some point, it came up in our initial discussions about the new committee structure, about whether or not we know what is currently being done to welcome newcomers.
We don't know. And she's gone.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah,
that's something else we can find out about. Linda might know. She's still here.
This is So Ching. I just want
Go
to
ahead.
chime in.
Yep.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I was thinking that when you mentioned the resource book, I don't know what's included in there. I was thinking one of the things that would be useful to a newcomer is that we have this resource book that includes, not just police contact, Somerset Town Hall contact, but also nearest grocery stores, medical offices. What are some of the interesting restaurants? And when we were in the Foreign Service a long time, and every time we went to a new place, we had the State Department had this system of assigning a newcomer a sponsor because the newcomer is new to a strange place, city, in a strange country. It wouldn't be the same thing here. People are much more familiar. Everybody's English speaking, and you know what grocery stores you go to. But I think it would be good to have a sponsor. And then one of the things that the sponsor did with the new arrival, invite the person to a meal. I don't know if this is something that's feasible here, and the sponsee at some future point will also return the hospitality. Yeah, and I think that's one way to get to know better than just go and ring your neighbor. You can go and ring your neighbor's doorbell too, and the neighbors could be helpful. So that's my idea on the welcome committee. And the second thing, when you talk about projects, I know that there's a mahjong group and people play tennis, pickleball, or whatever. What about a restaurant group? Every couple of months, the people to pick a restaurant, people can go out to lunch or dinner together, and then have time to chat over food, or a concert group. That kind of thing. So,
or a potluck group.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. So I'm going to suggest that.
I sprained my foot. It's really bad.
What was that?
When I was
I
walking,
think you need to mute Haya.
everyone go out, and now it's really
Can
killing
you do
me.
that?
But
You can't anymore.
I can't anymore. Yeah.
I did.
Okay. Thanks.
So what I'm going to suggest, there's this whole cluster of possible social events, right, that we're talking about. I'm going to ask you when you write to me about things you would like to work on or what work group you'd like to be in. Let's think about creating a social events group, a bunch of people who want to work on social events like that. And I think that's separate from the newcomers guide. So
Yeah,
Jen, does
yeah,
that make
yeah.
sense?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Separate.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I was just reading the putting forward ideas on two different things. Yeah.
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 Okay. So, putting together some kind of guide for newcomers to the area, which is more than just what there is governmentally in Somerset. I think it
Yeah.
might be a separate document, actually. And
Mhm.
then a social events group.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
When I came to Somerset, there was a newcomer's coffee, which was lovely, and those have been discontinued. And that was just really nice. A bunch of people, like 4 or 5 families were invited over, and it was just really nice.
Mm.
Putting it down.
That's a great idea. I love what Soshing was suggesting.
Yeah. And a coffee is less intimidating than a dinner.
Definitely.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
easy.
Yeah.
And particularly for me, it was wonderful because I was pregnant at the time and I met somebody else who was having a baby within a few
Yeah.
Then
weeks
you
of me,
had
and it was
someone.
perfect.
Yeah. Okay.
Leslie, are you done with me or do you want to talk about
Do you
the-
think I'm done with you?
Never. I think you are.
Okay, so let me just ask, Barbara, you're here both as the art person, but you also work on the ice cream social, right?
Yes, and that will be September 3rd.
There's a date for that. Great. Okay.
And I'd say for this year, we're all set, especially because it's early September.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be hard to do anything. And then Phyllis, Lucy, and I can talk about next year if we feel we need, additional support. How does that sound?
That's fine. The thing
Excellent.
is, Phyllis has lost a committee. She's
Pardon?
Phyllis has lost a newcomers committee. And I don't know. I'm assuming the people in this group are going to have to fill in for some of the things that group did. And so I will write to her separately.
Yes, that's perfect.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. I think I'm finished with you now, Barbara.
Okay. Thank you so much for everything, Leslie. And it was a great meeting. I'm glad you asked me to attend. Thank you so much.
Thank you for
Yeah.
coming.
Thank you.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay. What else do we need to talk about? There are things we can do by email, but we can't make decisions by email. We can kind of organize
Right.
things and be administrative. But is Barbara Kondo still here? I can't tell.
Yes,
yes.
my audio is off.
Okay. Barbara, you have anything to add to this?
No.
Oh, actually, when you mentioned Barbara's name, it made me think we can add the water aerobics and swim classes, the stroke clinics. 'cause
Well,
that's
then there's this
the
free
activity.
swims and the master classes and there's a whole category of pool activities.
Right, that should be part of it as well.
I have I think that there's like a Somerset 50th anniversary party for the swim team on
I think it's
Saturday.
happened.
It happens already.
It happened already. It was June 20th, I think.
I think there's another one
I
coming
think
up.
there's another party.
Oh, that's
Another party?
interesting. That hasn't happened. That one. That's
That's
until
on the
September, I
Bigger
think.
party.
They
They have
usually
alumni-
have it
they're
around the
taking
end
out
of
the
July.
alumni.
There's a talent show or something.
They had an alumni lunch in June.
Yeah, this one is on Saturday, September 19th. I don't know if we want to write it down or not.
Saturday, September 19th. Is that what you said?
Mm-hmm.
All right, hold on.
Shannon, is it open to the public?
I think so.
Okay.
Right, Justin and Linda?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Like to everyone in Somerset, it's open.
Yeah.
It's the Dolphins' 50th, right?
The team.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But for the whole town.
Right.
Did a dinner or
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure what they're doing yet. I don't know if they've gotten that far. So yeah, because this weekend they're having their banquets, the end of the season for the team. So yeah.
Yeah, Saturday night.
Okay.
We used to also do adult night at the pool, the dinner, the dance, the drinks, remember?
yes.
I
Okay.
do. It was like my first year that
I
I was
think
here.
I think the pool committee does that.
Okay. Good, good.
Yeah, we have to be careful here.
Well, we can, our role doesn't have to be to do all of them, but to communicate all of them.
Yep.
Right,
I-
we're basically
they
bolstering
done
this
it?
on the website.
Okay. Have they done it recently? I don't
I
even
don't
know.
think
They
so.
did it a couple years ago. I can't remember either. I was thinking about it the other day, and I can't remember if they did it last year. I don't think
I think
so.
so. I
And
don't
maybe
remember
not,
it for
maybe
years.
not the year before that.
I think that they only
but I-
had one in like 2019, and then
They
'cause
they used to
I-
have them,
Used to do it
Yeah.
every year.
and they've
Yeah.
had it more recently than that. But maybe COVID sort of ended that.
Hmm.
I still haven't hemmed the dress I bought for the last one, so
So you're early for the next one, Barbara.
yeah, right. So I'm all set, just in case.
Yeah. I think, if we're going to increase engagement among residents have to know what all we do.
Right.
And in terms of a work plan, I think spin-offs and coordination and publicizing the events and keeping them updated is
A lot.
a pretty formidable task.
Yeah.
And then if we add some of these suggestions, I love that. So Jane brings a State Department welcome process to this, because it's just basic hospitality done right and well. So, we can build on the things that we already do and get more people involved, I think, that way.
So for this, we're going to need to nab Phyllis to some degree, and because that would have been something her committee might have done.
Right.
So we will ask, I'm going to see if she can make it to the September meeting, whenever that is, because you've got to fill out a poll.
Right.
To get her feel for it. And also, I mean, she's going to be working with people she hasn't worked with before for this.
Right. Right.
All right. Okay. All right. If you think you would like to work on welcome committee stuff, what would have been the welcome committee stuff, put that in an email to me
Okay.
so I can share that with her.
Mhm.
She's going to need something like that soon. If only because for this September, she just needs help.
Yeah.
I mean, physical, somebody to show up and
Yeah.
pass things out and all that. But I want her also to know that the people in this group are interested in expanding the activities.
Yeah.
What's the date on that welcome?
The newcomers party
Newcomers.
is September 27th. And it's also the same day as the dog swim. It's going to be a busy time at the pool.
Just think how much the dogs will love picking up any scraps that the
That
newcomers
we drop.
It's a whole new experience for them.
I can see Rick already. Okay. All right. Are we good for now? Do you think? Is there
Yeah.
anything we've skipped that we need to talk about?
Yeah.
I think we're good.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, everybody. It was a wild and woolly meeting for which I apologize, but I think it almost had to be. And we will make our little work groups and interest groups and stuff and
Yeah.
get this going in a more organized way.
And thank you
Okay.
for all your preparation, Leslie. You really did a lot
Yeah,
of work.
thank you,
Yeah.
Leslie.
Yeah. Thank you for
Leslie.
your chairmanship. Thank you.
Mhm.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks,
folks.
Bye-bye.
everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.